Hello trader, welcome to the live session Friday, last day of trading week. A trending market on most of the instrument. Pretty good trend on gold as well, we can see. So looking forward to have a big session here as the market looks in the major direction of the trend. We might find a setup here as coming up later today in 2 hours time. Preliminary UOM consumer sentiment. We'll be looking on that. 2 high impact news coming. And we already had secured a big trade on gold just a couple of minutes ago. Looking forward to see that this session as well, giving another opportunity. Now, we already secured one trade. I think we might find further opportunity here as this market, this is the 15-minute chart, currently started to drop here. There is an order block in that area. And let's wait for a potential entry. And here, this is the 15-minute chart. We can see the market is showing absolutely bearish. There is a breakdown here on gold, and what I think that we may see the price ultimately coming here. We had just a couple of minutes ago 140 pip trade, and I would like to open another position here in the beginning of the session as there is a liquidity grab here. So the position that I will be opening by market, because the market looks little highly volatile, and this is the second position on gold after the previous one with around 70 pip stop loss from here. It's entry by market with proper risk management. Expecting it to drop here, we will be targeting a 3 to 1 reward to risk. And here around 71 pip profit target on that. Looking for a short opportunity here, stop loss at the previous one we will be discussing later. I'm just moving it away. 6988, I will put at 3170. 3170.00, very tight stop loss. And here TP target will be at 3140.44. 3140.44, and with a very tight so place that entry on gold, and we can see there is a, this is the 1 minute chart. The market has broken above here as this is a liquidity zone here, expecting Xauusd to potentially to remain bearish. Because we entered late, I will put the entry exactly here, and we might be able to move little bit the stop loss to the upside. So my entry on Xauusd here 3164.92. so let's place that correct entry 3164.92, and stop loss is here at 3169.77. so 3170, I'll place at 3170 stop loss, and tight stop loss is better always, so 3170. And if needed, we can move little bit further to give a little bit of room, because it's a very tight stop loss, as it's gonna be almost 5 times target here at the moment if it breaks below. If it doesn't break, then we might be able to hold a little bit more time here, getting only 50 pips. We will be pushing little bit higher here, the stop loss at 3172, which might lead little bit of higher risk, which will be 72 pip. So moving the stop loss at 3172.00, 3172.00, and expecting that the market to potentially trend back down here. As if we look at the 15 minutes, we can see there is a 15 minutes candle closing just now. With that, in a couple of seconds, you will see that candle is closing on 15 minutes. as this market is bearish, so we already had secured one trade, expecting that the market to trend back down here to the major direction of the trend, where we can see the 5 minutes also closing. 2 times liquidity grab, expecting for the market to potentially remain bearish. Here you see there is a breakup structure on gold, and this is a highly falling market. We'll see the 15 minutes closed, and if we look at, we can see there is a long wick doji, 2 long wick dojis here, as this is a strongly falling market, expecting for the market to drop, and if it drop here, then we might see the price to come back here to this support level. Looking at the 1 minute chart here, which is the stop loss here very tight. Let's see if the market is rejecting from that level, as the price has a huge breakdown here, expecting Xauusd to potentially remain bearish in that area. You see there is a consolidation, and so for me, what this can be, if it breaks below, we may see that this may be a false breakout, as the trend is down, unless it is just creating a just fake move to the upside, potentially to trend back down. So if we look at the 1 hour, which is the 1 hour price action, we are on a trade here on Xauusd, and this market is highly falling, where this is a move here. This is the previous support and resistance in that area. Now if we have only here in this trade around 68 pip stop loss, and with this move, if it fails to drop, then we might wait for the market to prepare, but the probability to break below is higher at the moment. Let's see, as there is a sharp bearish move. This is another liquidity candle formation here that we saw in the past, so which is in this area currently. This is the previous swing high here. This is on a trade on gold. Would like to see that the market to potentially trend back down to the major direction of the trend. Alright, so here what we can see, that the market to there is a doji. Now if this move fails to go higher, we might see for the market to potentially break down here again in the direction of the trend. And looking at 5 minutes close here, this is the 5 minutes candle, and if this 5 minutes closing little below here as a doji or a bear candle, so you can see after this 5 minutes close, this is currently lower time frame overextension, and I think this 5 minutes candle could be a fake out, as with this 5 minutes candle the price just has moved back over extension of this level. If it doesn't hold it, we will be bringing back again. This is a liquidity zone getting a rejection. Still holding it to see how the market is reacting to that level. It just penetrated that level. It is now possible for a rejection here. If this market reject here, that might be a potentially complete breakdown, because it's a strongly falling market, and that is why the stop loss is so tight, because if the trade is going in our favor, then we might see within a quick period of time we will be able to gain quite a few pip. If not going in our favor, within a short period of time we will be exiting the position here. So we're waiting to see. And so getting some rejection from the top here on the 1 minute. And okay, so we are nearing to the entry point. Might try to test the 20 EMA. We'll be re-entering. If we are exiting, we exit. We'll be re-entering because this market has a potential for a downside. It might be going for 20 EMA retest. So looking at the 1 hour, if you look at the 30 minutes, we'll be re-entering again. That's completely fine. Let's wait for the market to potentially to retest the 30. This one here on so if you look at the 30 minutes, you can see it's approaching that resistance line. looking at 1 hour, where so 30 minutes, this is so previous 30 minutes candle is a bearish engulfer, and we can see from here it's having a potential bounce. Now would like to wait for what we could see, because it's a one single move coming to this resistance line. We will be re-entering very soon another trade for sell, and I think if the market from here getting the rejection, we could see for this price to return back again to the support level, as this is a falling market. It's approaching a key area, so it's slowly pushing back up to the key level, and it's almost hitting that key level here. So 1 hour chart as well, we can see that the market has moved well above 4 hour chart, a big pullback from the daily as well. So looking back to the lower time frame, here forming a bearish engulfer on the 1 minute chart. Not entering yet, but looking to see this. If the market moving back here, we will be able to see a complete breakup structure. Okay, so here as the market in a very important key level, we will be opening with the same setup with 1% risk to the with 106 pip stop loss for this potential move back to the downside on Xauusd. This trade stop loss will be at 3184.26, 3184.26, and TP target will be at 3142.55, and that's gonna be the second setup for the market. Here with the first setup, we had 72 pip or 71 pip minus. The previous one was winner, so Okay, so here with that move, um, expecting XAUSD to trend back down as it is a falling market. I'm another trade, second trade on gold, and waiting for the market to show potential move here on this instrument. We'll be holding this trade here. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you very much. Yeah, we see that there is a bearish a trend, but here we saw there is just what I think that it is just a false breakout, and we may eventually could see that drop back down. Now let's see how the market is reacting. We see there is a 15 minutes candle closed, and that is where waiting for the market to revert back. This is the 5 minutes candle. Good morning, and I'm second trade. It is here in a very important level. So with the first trade 72 pip, would like to catch this one to 310 pip if it started to drop here. So it's gonna be around 310 pip. Let's see where it might be heading to. But I think that if you guys see that this move here, that might be complete move against the trend. So later today coming, there is a high impact news coming in just 1.5 hours. That definitely should have some impact in the market with those news. Now looking at again lower time frame, here is the lower time frame price action, and the probability for the market to remain bearish is higher. It's a very sharply falling market. Holding is the key. We will be holding it for as much as we can for the second trade. Now if the market breaks below, we may see that completely coming down to the direction of the trend. Okay, so if this candle, the current one, the 5 minutes, would like to see its closing as a bear candle. It is a stronger red body, though it is closing as a narrow, but it's still probability to is it forming double top or trying to penetrate 3179 level. Now let's see if it is creating a double top in this area. Thirty minutes and the 15 minutes that we can see. So approach that key level in this move and so it made another impulse back to the upside. Thirty minutes price. $15 minutes. We'll be waiting to see how the price is reacting to this resistance line. That was waiting to see for the market to have a potential reaction here as of So it's retesting this previous resistance here, and okay, so after the penetration it's getting that reaction. Now coming potentially coming back. So we see that the prices crossed that high and then return. So now this candle, as we discussed, if it is a sharp drop, we may see that complete breakdown with a false breakout. As it's a falling market, this breakout is important to see if the market is remaining that bearish. Yeah, we could see some kind of reaction from the top, as it is a sharply falling market. And if it reject, as we discussed, they're expecting it to come back here to almost 320 pip move in that direction. You know that the tighter stop loss is the key. Now this is where the market showing possibility for bearish drop. So currently the market, after this penetration back to the upside, is now trying to push back. So we'll see that here how the price is reacting. Looking for 5 minutes price action here. Now we see this leg. If we see the market leaving this as a false breakout and resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, if the market managed to break below in that direction here, we'll be able to see the market to come back. How this here the price action is forming is important. If the candle closing below this resistance line, if the price closing below the resistance, you could see that the market to trend back towards the downside here. Let's wait to see how the price potentially be forming here. And it's potentially gaining further momentum or breaking below. If we look at the 1 hour, we can see that this is the 1 hour price action also. From this support level, we saw that rejection. Now we were waiting to see that possible reversal pattern here for the price to come back to the support, because it's a falling market, waiting for to see the market to resume its downtrend. So a 15 minutes candle close here, and it's trying to push back for 20 EMA or coming here for looking at the 15 minutes. We'll be looking to see where the lower time frame price action, how it is creating now in this area. This is a extension from this resistance line. It is crucially important to see how the market potentially be reacting to that extension. Now if the market completely started to fall back from that resistance, we will be looking to see at the bottom. Five minutes candle also closing here with another green. Now this 5 minutes candle, before it close, let's see how this candle closing is also important, because if this one is closing below, that we can see that a little weaker response from the buyers. Okay, so there is a doji on the 1 minute, and still waiting to see that break of structure in this market. Okay, we may see expected break, and if it is breaking below, we will be holding it for the full move, and as 1 hour close coming, 1 hour price action, and if the 1 hour candle closing as a like this as a below this level, the next one expecting it to return again to the support level again. The key here is to wait for to take the trade in the major direction of the trend. So there is a doji on the 1 minute, which is a liquidity grab, and that's a one probability for bearish move. Here is the market slowly coming to break below, and so with this head and shoulder that we can see, there is a head and shoulder expecting to trend down with that head and shoulder. Okay, so there is a probability for trend continuation here. We are almost nearing to the entry, holding it for the full potential move here in that area. And in the meantime, guys, if you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every day. So here is another before the candle close, another bounce. The last moment there is a an upside. Now we'll look to see how the 1 hour candle closing, and this candle close is important, as with the 1 hour close it potentially be preparing for a breakdown, as it is a head and shoulder, and or another spike, but this is on a very important key level. We have 4 minutes for the candle to close. If we look at the 1 hour, okay, we can see there is break below. So looking at the 5 minutes, which is a bearish candle, now with the 1 hour candle close, the possibility for this market to drop is higher with the head and shoulder formation. We have 2 minutes for the 1 hour candle to close. So we see that this is the 1 hour price action. We have 1 minute for this candle to close. The price action is series of lower high here, and again looking at the 1 hour, So with the 1 hour close, we see there's a bounce, and okay, now almost reached that resistance line. How this price is closing is important also. Looking at the 1 hour again, so you might see at the moment it's in a very crucial level. We looking to see if the market is coming for breaking below, or just wanna fill that zone. Okay, so here it might try to move back up. Looking at the 4 hour, that's a big rejection from the support. So looking at the 1 hour again, 30 minutes as well, so you can see it's just pushing back to the neckline. This is a complete break above. Looking at the 5-minute chart here and the lower time frame, we'll see how far it goes. I still be looking to see that the market to reject again, as the 4 hour price here is a drop here from the 1 hour. We have seen after this bullish move it might go up and then to reject again back. Whenever the market prepared, we can look for so in that trend, I'm not going to go long yet, because the price is, if you look at the daily, it has made a big move today and rejected back to the upside. So from the 1 hour again, this is the neckline, and if we draw the trend line here, so with that trend line, trying to approach that level. Okay, let's see where the market is trying to be heading, and once it completed its uptrend, we could see that rejection back again. We'll be waiting for that possible false breakout and then to getting in the right time is also important, because once the market returned, we may find a very smaller period of time for entry. reversal trade sometimes very difficult, because you'll see the market when started to reverse, you'll find it very difficult to identify that reversal level. Robot trading. Yeah, we have two groups. We have two groups along with the day trading. Also we have the robot trading. So for those who are in the academy, can get access to the robots as well. Okay, so here this is a bearish and golfer formation. Robot trading is on exclusively on the academy. So for those who are our member, can get access to the robots as well. So here is what we can see in this area. This is a resistance here, where until we see that it prepared, it may still be showing upside. USD JPY. USD JPY, we had two trades early. We see that this instrument dollar yen is in a, this is a big bounce here on dollar yen, and we saw there was a sharp rejection from the top, and dollar yen is currently bearish as we expected from the daily. Also you can see that bearish price action. Dollar yen is where let's look at the dollar yen here. We had two trades early with the dollar yen, and this is currently potentially bearish. There is a possible short-term selling opportunity on dollar yen. With a full risk management here with the 4 hour, there is a long wick rejection, and expecting dollar yen to come back here again to fill that gap. So dollar yen, I'm going to sell here with 27 pip stop loss. So stop loss at 145.75 and TP here. So stop loss at 145.75. So place this dollar yen sell for possible drop. We'll keep that running with a full risk managed trade. While we can see gold started to come back here with a one candle rejection. I think it might slowly try to revert back. Yeah, so gold I will be also opening sell the third trade with the stop loss above this high. As I mentioned, smaller risk is the key, and we will be targeting here 3.4 times on this one, keeping the stop loss above this high, TP target to this level. So with the possibility for the market to trend back down while dollar yen will be running. And here the 15 minutes. So gold has opened another position with 65 pip stop loss. Now this market, what I was looking at on gold, if this is breaking below, we may see that straight drop back down. So this kind of move is important to see if it's happening. Because it was a falling market. Yeah, holding it for gold trade as well. Another sell. Look at the 15 minutes here. Gold third sell in a row. So with a full risk managed setup. And okay, thank you. Sir, is the formatting investing head and shoulder. Yeah, so we can see that this is a, what I think this was a potentially, if that could be a fake out. Once it is a fake out, the market should straight drop back to the order block here. And that is what we're waiting to see if the market is returning down. And that might be a sudden drop here if it is a fake out. Dollar yen is pushing down. The key here is to keep the risk managed and taking the trade with bigger profit target, smaller tight stop loss. If it is not going in your favor, let it go, wait for the next one, and keep the risk low so that you are always staying in the edge. Okay, so we see that some rejection here. 15 minutes. All right, so cool. We can see that it's coming down and we'll be holding it. And if it breaks below, we may see that to potentially trend back down. Now this move here that you can see on the 5 minutes, if it is a fake out, then that could be starting up another downtrend. Let's wait to see what kind of price action it is forming in this area. So you can see that there is a bearish price action. We're just adding a position here for this potential drop. I have added one more position for sell. It's up to you how you want to do that, but because there is a probability, so I have added another position. And as the market is falling, so we'll be taking some more additional potential profit here. It's coming down, right? So we'll be holding it. That one trade will give us almost all the profit needed once it will go in the direction. See, all my trade is sell because it's a falling market. And if you guys want to see my live trades. Okay, so now I'm closing the second position that I have opened, but first position is still running in. So if you have one position, it's up to you. You could keep running. Because I opened two, so I closed one with the running profit. So that has given my the previous trade recovered now, but the second one, the first position that we have opened is still running. The second one that I have opened, I have closed with profit. And now at the moment, we can see in this area here, which is significantly potentially be bearish. So if it drop one more bounce here, we will be almost securing 223 pip as long as it's coming back below here again. I will not be closing this first position because we want to take big one here. While dollar yen is in a pullback, and so the price action on gold, multiple long wick pin bar, potentially be remaining bearish. We'll see that, and I will be holding the position for the full spectrum to it. This is a very peculiar price action, but this is what it is. We can see the market is basically gaining liquidity. So looking at the 5 minutes candle close here, we can see the market coming down, breaking below. So here it's trying to form interesting structure. So dollar yen is coming down in the direction. So with multiple long wick candle, want to see the market is breaking below in the direction of the trend. Okay, so with two narrow doji formation, we can see the market slowly trending back down here. Would like to see that it's breaking below, unless this is a false break again, and the potential continuation should be in the major direction of the trend. So with if it is forming it as a head and shoulder, we could see the market to trend back down to the support here, and thanks for joining the live session. We will hold this trade here on gold while dollar yen is currently in a pullback. Now coming up in 30 minutes there is a news, and that will definitely should have an impact on the market on both of this pair. So wait to see 30 minutes candle how it is closing, which is forming a potential doji on the 30 minutes, and the possibility for the market to on the 30 minutes to also remain bearish. We've seen 100 pip move, but I'm still holding it for the bigger move here. We have 30 minutes close coming, which is 1 minute remaining. Dollar yen pushing back up. We see there is a and with this dollar yen price it's just pushing back up. Let's see if it wants to trend back again or just forming a head and shoulder for another drop, while Xauusd 30 minutes and the 15 minutes closing as a doji. Okay, one big bear candle and the 1 minute, which is if it wants to trend back down again, we should be able to see that the market to continue to drop. So there is a 30 minutes closed, and that candle on the 30 minutes is a bearish engulfer. Okay, so it's trending down again. And Yeah, holding it, holding is the key. Now it may try to trend. So looking at 30 minutes on dollar yen, where it's forming a consolidation pattern, but the price action is still potentially to remain bearish here on dollar yen, where it's remaining potentially on Xauusd, to see that if it is a head and shoulder, we might see that the market to come down. Thanks for joining the live session, guys. If you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. Just pushing back again for I'm holding it because if we look at here 30 minutes, you can see this is a long candle, a big long bear candle, and so this move here it's getting rejection. Not closing it yet. So we see coming up 25 minutes a big high impact news, and let's see if this one, we are almost again near at entry. We could close break even, but I'm not closing it, as even if it is not working out, I will still be holding it, as there is a probability for head and shoulder and then to trend back down. Looking at the 1 hour, it has returned back to the resistance again. When you have a bigger profit target, that's the thing that we need to be patient on those trades. So it's just double top. Almost reached the top, form a double top. Looking to see if it is forming a double top here. We have waited for the last moment to see how the trade is resolving. That's dodgy is not a very healthy, so it might try to push that price back up. Now if it is breaking below, yeah, that's where you could see that the market to return okay, we see bearish engulfer. Let's wait for the market to see if that's the direction that it wants to go back. So we tested the 20 EMA and set up for a possible trend here. So this is a we might see ultimately a big change in trend. So in that area, so we can see that there might be a change of trend here. So if you look at the 4 hour, you can see from the daily very narrow consolidation and started to rebound back up. Would like to see that for the news to come up, and with the upcoming data we will be looking to see here what kind of price action is forming. And so before the data, it might now try to push back to the 20 EMA from the 1 hour, and that is where, if we look at again the 1 minute chart, is this a false breakout, this corner? So we to see if it is a false breakout. We have 15 minutes for the news to come up. Now we see that from the 15 minutes it formed now a visible inverted head and shoulder. Is that the change of trend, or it just creating possible reversal pattern, right? So we look to see in this area there is a smooth trend line also. It may just completely break below from this. If you look at the 15 minutes, we have news to come up. See, now it start to break below. Now we need to look for to see if this move is a fake out and the market again trending back down. I might prepare for entry, but not yet. Just looking to see how the price reacting to this level. This 1 minute. We have 13 minutes to go for the news to come up. If I enter, then my stop loss will be here. I'm still not entering, but once we see enough price action confirmation, we'll be looking to enter. Okay, for me, this is a possible downtrend possibility. I will be again entering with a bigger profit target here on gold, and stop loss above this high, with a possibility for the market to drop to this level. As there is a news coming, we may see that the market to spike down back. So this is another trade on gold, waiting for the market to show possible rejection here. And each trade I'm putting a very smaller risk, so that anything we can take a bigger profit, smaller risk. And the TP target is here, which is more than 3 times. We can, if the market breaks below, we may see that further downside. So 3161 level that I put my TP. So the take profit at 3161.87. So TP target I placed well below this level for a possible downtrend. There are quite a few gap open here, and we have a couple of minutes for the news, before the news, and it dropped near to our entry. Okay, breaking below before the news. There's a big drop, so waiting to see a potential big drop, and before the news would like to close some potential profit here. Right, we can see that some downside pressure. The question is, will you be running this trade or no? Let's wait. Okay, so this is a narrow doji here, 1 minute. Holding it for possible bearish pressure. We are still running in profit. when the market consolidate before the news is really sometimes looks very impatient, but here I will still be holding. But if you didn't do the risk management, that I would highly encourage you to close the position before the news, because there might be spike. The price currently at entry, so depending on your risk management, the possibility here that I'm holding it is for the market to come back with a spike. It still could push back to the upside here, and in that case we might be going out. We have 2 minutes to go for the news to come up. Spike could cause in both direction. Now if the market spike back down with a bigger momentum, we will be taking profit. If the price drop a lot in that level, we will be taking profit. If the market have a downside momentum here below this level. Trading news coming up. We are below our entry. Might got a spike up. The market is we'll look at the data, how it has played out, but what kind of price action it is forming here. And yeah, straight potentially coming down. We are seeing a bearish move to below, potentially to break below. All right, holding it still to see if the market is the point where it is reversing back. Sometimes it goes through such a long consolidation and rejection. Potentially trying to break out. This kind of price action sometimes very sometimes confuses really, because it's a very narrow sideway movement, and needs to break in one direction. This is a one candle range which struggling to break in one direction. I think we might see it ultimately break above. The market may continue to trend back up, and it might trend so you may see new potential uptrend, guys. So here we only thing you can wait for the deeper pullback or going back to the upside here. We'll be waiting to see what kind of price action it is forming. Yes, might be having a breakout. It's just long week. In this area, this is a if we look at, we might see that change of trend here in this area. So with that directional change, if we look at the daily, because it's the last day of trading week, from the daily, when I look at it, still looks to me that bearish market. Okay, so if you look at the daily, you can see it's a sharply bear. At any point, what I think that the price may started to revert back to the major direction of the trend. And so this is because this last day of trading week, we'll see that how far it may go, and once it if it reverses, then we will be looking for entry again later. As last day of trading week, guys, we'll see that again in another live session, as weekend end. Many of you probably want to stay away from work for some time. We'll see you very soon in another live session. We'll be ending it here to see where the market potentially going in our next session. And in the meantime, also stay connected by joining the free Telegram channel. You can find link below this video for updated education and analysis that I'm posting every day. And thank you again, guys. I'll see you again trading live together. Until that, stay well, stay happy.